You're now listening to Radio India on Worldwide Digital Stream, radio for a better world.
Everyone, and welcome to my show. This is RJ Vangueety. Today we are interviewing artist Anuradha. Anuradha is from Lonavala, India. She's a painter. Her paintings can be seen at several galleries in Pune, Visakhapatnam, and Chennai. Whenever she displays them, she's a brilliant artist. In this interview, we discuss some of her paintings. We try to break them down, and the mindset, the vision, the process, everything which goes through in a painter's mind when they're in the zone. So, and this interview, she uses a word in the beginning of the interview. She uses a word called brahmachari. The word brahmachari for my English-speaking listeners means a bachelor who has dedicated his life to the universe. So, and any other words she has used in this, I think she explains it herself, what they mean in English. So, it's a fascinating interview from a fascinating, brilliant artist, Anuradha. And this is the part one of a two-parts interview. So I will see you guys on the other side of this interview. Thanks. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Fine, okay. I'm recording this phone call for my radio show. I need to inform you that. So we are talking today with Anuradha. The reason for me interviewing you today is because not only because you're my cousin, that has nothing to do with it. The reason is because I've known you for a long time, and what I think of you is, as they call it here in the United States, a mad genius. What that means is somebody who puts their hand in something and just do it. So I would like to know more about your golf days or your painting days, and you are married to an army officer. We'll get into that too. So let's start with what I would like to talk to you about is from the more about is let's start with your paintings. I would like to know more about your paintings and what genre, I know that there's some oil, there's some, some stuff.
Yeah.
So could you please explain in that?
Yeah, I'll start with the painting.
Mm-hmm.
One painting which I have painted here, just after reading the history, I felt that there is a attire of a butterfly.
Okay.
Worn by this Cleopatra in butterfly attire.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
That depicts the mindset of the lady, and at the time what was the history about it and what was all society was going on. So that painting depicts the society at that time and the mindset of the lady and where it has come from, and her throne and all these things depict her dynasty.
Mm-hmm. So basically, it's not only shows the history; it shows as you said, the mindset at that time of the year, and probably it shows the emotions of the queen also, where you can kind of figure out what exactly is going on in that period.
Yeah.
So it's so it is a historical painting. So it is basically a human. How would I put it? Human.
Yeah, emotions.
Human emotions, the history, basically. So this is what's fascinating to me is, again, don't take this the wrong way, is I don't expect this, from like the creativity which comes through, what a painter goes through, what they see in their brain. It's fascinating because they see something totally different than what the rest of the world sees. So so basically, and so when you painted this, when you were painting this, you're like a queen yourself. That's. Do you think it's something bringing out of your emotions? Do you feel anything like that? Yes.
At the time, I was wife of a principal of a military school at Ajmer. So my husband had the control of the entire military school, and I felt like a queen.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. So that's really, that's fascinating to me. And Cleopatra, she was a powerful queen. She was she was a powerful queen. So it kind of shows through the whole imagination. Now, do you all your paintings come from the same place, or do you paint something different, like nature or?
Yeah, I have different paintings also. And one painting is there. In that there is sea, and sea makes one sound which is known as Veda sound. And there is a small young brahmachari sitting next to the sea on the sand and listening to the sea sounds. So this painting depicts that there is some darker color at the ears where he is receiving the Veda sound from the ocean. And he is in a meditative pose. So when I painted this, immediately after 2 days, I had a guest in my house in the morning. And he said, "Ma'am, do you know who is this?" And I said, "I don't know. I painted him. I don't know who he is. He's a brahmachari." Then he said, "It's me whom you have painted." So it happened in Ooty. When we were in Ooty, suddenly a person came to our house along with another new person. And the new person who came, he said, "Ma'am, it's me only."
So basically,
I don't know how it happened.
Yeah, no, basically, everybody, first of all, I think everybody can see that. Everybody can see they can connect themselves to a painting like that when meditating in a meditative state. And then the second thing is, I strongly believe in, you can call it, it's not a coincidence.
Vision.
Vision. It is not a coincidence. It's just a vision which comes through your brain, and it just comes through you with and this is how you can show it. And it is a really powerful, what you just said, just hearing it. I'm not seeing the painting, but what's hearing it is most of the people will understand how the message in it, the most not only message, and they probably can see it right away what's that painting is saying. So it's again, this is the fascinating part about it. So now, were you going through a spiritual stage in that time in your life? Were you in that stage where you were experiencing
it happened with me in Ooty. One day early morning I went for a walk. Prior to that day, in the evening, prior to that day, I made a small painting, and I named it just Rosie.
Rosie, okay.
It's a bust of a lady. So I just named it Rosie and went for a walk. And in the morning I came. By the time I came, there is a lady and a husband sitting in my drawing room. Then I spoke to her. She said, "Do you paint?" Then I said, "Yes, I made a new painting." Then she told me, "My name is Rosie, and I wear a bindi." She is a Christian, but she wears a bindi. She told me, "You put a bindi to this painting."
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
I
again.
don't know how it happened.
Yeah, it's a kind of, it's just I believe it's you're connected with that, you're connected
Yeah.
in that spiritual realm, where you can kind of feel it, and then it just comes out of you, which is really beautiful as far as I'm concerned. It's really and then not only that, it's just the God's gift you have of putting it together on a canvas, or the colors you use and all. Now, when you said earlier, which was a little bit interesting to me, when you said that there was a dark spot around the ears of the brahmachari who was meditating, to show that he's hearing the sounds of the Vedic sounds from the sea. Now, do you, when you're painting, do you choose the colors, or it just comes through you, or do you have to think about what color I'm about to use, or it just comes through?
It just comes through.
It just comes through.
And I mix also sometimes. I
So,
generally mix certain colors and it comes through. I just take this and then whatever color I feel like it comes out.
wow, yeah. So, and you basically you listen to your gut and just and just follows through with it. And I heard really interesting quote from Deepak Chopra. He said once that always listen to your gut, don't listen to your mind, because as humans we have not evolved enough where we can second guess our gut. Our gut's always right. So that's that's the most beautiful thing is when you're doing something, you don't want to second guess your gut, and it comes through. Now you told me about two paintings. Anything else different, like nature or anything you paint?
Yeah, recently, I think 3-4 years back, I made a painting. Its name is "Moment is Continuous." And in the painting, and there is a moon, and the moonlight is just moving across, and the sea is there, and there are certain boats with very little light in the night, golden light, very little, and and they are in a sea is at a different color, and the boats in a different color, and all are moving together. And that painting depicts that moment is continuous in this universe.
Yep.
Every atom is moving, and every atom is moving and passing on the energy to the other. And one is receiving and one is receiving and one is giving. So the moment is continuous. That thing is depicted in the painting.
Yeah, that's just a powerful statement what you just said. That moment is, everything's happening now. It's right now. Everything's right now. So I read a lot of spiritual books myself, and I read by Eckhart Tolle a book called A Power of Now. And in that he does mention that is that what you just said, the moment is happening right now, and as humans, if we focus on the now, right now, this moment, life is much more simpler than focusing on the past or in the future. Wow. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Do you put your paintings in galleries or anything, or is it do you do it? Is it anything you do for commercial reasons, or is it just for you? What you do?
I have not done any commercial thing, but as a kid and when I was learning in my 12th standard, immediately after my 12th standard, I made a painting, a ship in the mid-sea, on a small watercolor thing. And I went to bring my dad to show the painting. By the time I came back, it was sold.
Wow.
It was about 35 years back. So after that, I did some exhibition at. I did not go. I sent my paintings to exhibition at Chennai. And I just sent for I did not sell them. I just sent them for a exhibition. And recently, about in this July also, I have conducted one exhibition at Pune. And I just exhibited about 5 paintings of mine there.
And so basically, first, wow, 12th standard. I didn't know that about you. Is that you've been painting since what? You're 17, 16? Yeah, 16, 17.
Yeah, from 15 onwards.
15, yeah. So, wow, and then that painting you spoke about, ship in the sea. Now in the mid-sea. Let me break it down. Okay, tell me if I'm wrong. Does that say anything about a lost soul? Maybe the ship is lost and the soul is lost? Maybe, or am I reading too much into it?
No, it's not lost.
It's not lost.
Actually, in the middle of the sea.
Okay.
In the middle of the sea, there's nothing in front of you. There's nothing behind you. Only God is there.
Wow. See, there you go. So wow, it's beautiful. So and then you sold that when you were 15. Now I'm gonna ask you another question. So and then when you're painting, did anything change as you grew up? Did any difference happen? Well, you said 35 years. So you've been painting for 35 years. So did anything in your... it sounds to me like you were already thinking like this when you were 15. So, so, for a lot of people, these kind of enlightenments happen as they grow up, as they see the world, and as they move along. Sounds like you were kind of ahead of your time at that point when you were 15. So now, as you grew up, and you told me about 3 or 4 other paintings earlier. So they all have a spiritual message to it, a spiritual or humanitarian.
But the things they come to mythological also. There is a painting. Its name is Mind Genie. Mind Genie means, in my pretext, it is Vyasa Maharshi. He is born from a pot, earthen pot. So I made the painting of a pot, and from the pot he comes out. His mind comes out. So when his mind comes out, it is like a flower for normal human beings, but it is in the shape of a brain. When I made it. So the pot is in purple color, and the brain is in pink color, and it depicts that he has written the Mahabharata. So from the pot, this mind comes out and it gives the colors of Mahabharata. And the painting's name is Mind Genie.
Mind Genie. Okay. So again, that's a beginning of something big. Beginning
and
of something.
he is known as the Kumbha Sambhava. Vyasa Maharshi is known as Kumbha Sambhavadu. So he is born from the pot.
Yeah. So and so when you are now, when did you paint that one, the Mind Genie? When was that?
That Mind Genie when I was in OT.
So that was like what, 6, 7 years ago? 6, 7.
It's about 5 years ago.
5 years ago. So okay.
Yeah.
So and do you travel around? You travel around India, and you meet different people. That's the life you have, and different people make different impressions. So do you, and you and I both know there's a huge cultural difference in India from one place to the other. It's from north to south. Within 100 miles things can change. Does that affect any of your paintings at all? does it, the cultural difference, the northern or the southern? Or
I have certain things in mind, and recently, about 6 months back, I have made one painting. It is one of its kind. Nobody made a painting of Irani hotel till now. Irani hotel, Irani cafe or Irani hotel, you can call it, and it has got a different ambience in them. When compared to all other hotels or restaurant or something, Irani hotel is totally different. So I try to make some small painting of Irani hotel. So in that, I have made how the serving person, how he moves, all these things.
so you made the
Tables are always full.
Oh, okay, so you made the inside of the hotel. Inside.
Yeah, inside of the hotel.
Okay, cool. All right,
It
and
is
then.
first floor is also there in the painting. In the painting, I tried to give it a geometric view, and it is a little bit of a 3D effect also inside in that.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And they have got old-fashioned fans and things, so that also I tried to make it in that.
And when you say it has different ambience, is it the color? Is it does it have bunch of?
It is the color and illumination and atmosphere in that. Slightly different than any other restaurant.
Okay. Now this is in Bombay. This it's in Bombay. Yeah. So now so it's called now Mumbai. It's in Mumbai. So now when you said that you have to be in that hotel quite a few times to get that, No. You've been there once or twice?
I imagined myself, but I did go once only, then I did the painting.
So you just went there once and it just stuck with your brain?
Yeah, only once I went there. Yeah.
Wow, okay. So it's, so basically you are, again, it comes down to staying in the moment and watching everything. Not watching is not the right word, observing everything around you.
Yes.
And observing and getting the idea, and and then the artist's brain kicks in and says, hey, look, this is different than any other hotel or cafe I've ever been to, and that's what So that again, so that's great. And when let me kind of rewind a little bit, just a little bit, and so when you are painting, and is there a choice of, I don't know much, but I know there's different, they call them oils, they call them watercolors, and is there any choice you choose? Is there a choice there, or it comes with the painting? How does it work with you?
Certain things I feel like making in watercolor, and generally I like oil colors. Oil paint.
Oil things. Okay.
So
Beautiful.
it takes a little bit of time, but I prefer the oil paint.
Cool. So, and how long does it take? Like when you sit down to paint something, is it a project for a week, 10 days, a month, or do you finish it off in a couple of hours? How does it work?
Actually, when I think of a painting, I don't make a sketch of it. I start with the color and brush. And I start from one portion of the painting and I complete it. Sometimes it takes about 5-6 hours.
So you
complete a painting of about 4 feet into 4 feet. With all details. I do wet on wet and then make it dry later on.
Wow, 5-6 hours. So you sit down for 5-6 hours, nobody bothering you, you tell everybody to just shut up and then just
No. If anybody can come, no problem. I I finish up the painting.
Oh, okay. So basically, the time period is 5 to 6 hours. 5 to 6 hours actual work time. So okay, that's again that I know a few painters here, and yeah. So again, that just really great as for in what I'm hearing here. Now how much of it is when you're doing let's say a 6 hour, when you're doing a 6 hour sitting, do you ever get frustrated? Because why I'm asking you this is, does it ever happen to you where you say, it's not today, it's not happening today, I have to start all over another day? Does it ever happen to you like that?
Sometimes I feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
But one day I wanted to make a painting of a mermaid,
Mm-hmm.
stunned mermaid on seeing the sand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I had so much in the mind, I had to take it out onto the canvas and put it.
Mm-hmm.
So while doing that, suddenly my husband saw me from distance.
Mm-hmm.
Then he came and said, "Your mermaid is coming out very nicely." So that small word has made a lot of difference to me. I felt so happy that I am doing a good job.
You're now listening to Radio India on Worldwide Digital Stream, radio for a better world.
मैं डालू ताल पे भंगड़ा तू भी गिद्दा पाले चले रंग जमा दे हमके बने सभी मत वाले
मन कहे कि मैं ले आऊं चांद और तारे सारे इन हाथों पर मैं चांद रखूं इस मांग में भर दूं तारे
हेलो हेलो तू फ्लोर पे जब है आई येलो येलो बड़ी सॉलिड मस्ती छाई
हेलो हेलो तू मच है तुमने लगाई येलो येलो कंट्रोल करो मेरे भाई जनक तेरा पन दूंगा नक नक तना जनक तेरा पन दूंगा नक मैं कबूतर फंसे आके और फंसे बिना हाय फंसे बिना हाय फंसे बिना तना जनक तेरा पन दूंगा नक मैं तो तना जनक तेरा पन दूंगा नक मैं तो तना जनक तेरा पन दूंगा नक मैं तो तना जनक तेरा पन दूंगा नक मैं कबूतर फंसे आके और कोई फंसे बिना 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 ये बात न मैंने मानी क्यों इतनी खुश है दीवानी तू मुझको ऐसी कहानी समझा दे
ये बात है सबने चाही मिले जन्मों का हमराही यह हुआ है कुछ ऐसा ही समझे ना
अब मैं जाना कह रही हो क्या फसाना हो
प्यार करने से भी मुश्किल है निभाना हो
Hello, hello, don't mind me like
You're now listening to Radio India on Worldwide Digital Stream, radio for a better world.
So that was the part one of the interview with the artist Anuradha. Part two will be aired tomorrow, same time, same place. This is RJ Vangueety. Thanks for listening, and I love you all. And please follow me at Venu Vangueety on Twitter. And you can go on the Radio India website, and if anybody needs to email me, my email information is there. And I'm working on my new album, which will be coming out in April. And so I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Bye.